Okay, I look like shit today. I woke up with a fever, and I wasn't gonna do anything. I wasn't gonna do any work. I was just gonna lie in bed. I've been lying in bed for like 2 hours, 3 hours now. Couldn't sleep at all. And I decided to just watch YouTube because, like, what else do you do when you're in bed with a fever and you just feel like crap and you don't want to do anything? And I was thinking about making a video, doing some stuff like recording, and I was like, fuck, I can't do that, because I look bad, because I look like shit, because I just look crummy. And good. You need to fucking realize that no one cares. No one cares. No one cares. No one cares how you look. No one cares what you do. No one cares what you engage with. In the moment, they might say something, yeah. But generally, no. Generally, no. I went to Melbourne a few days ago, and as part of that, I've been doing all these different exercises on doing stuff that would make me feel out of my comfort zone, embarrassed, yada yada. And one of them was walking around with a fucked haircut, like I looked like I was mentally ill, like patchy hair, like shaved hair, long hair. I was like that for like a month and a half, and no one says anything. When I went to Melbourne, part of the exercises I did was to go out in a dress, walk around, be out in public. I was fucking terrified. I was really scared. And no one cared. No one cared. No one had any shits to give. Because everyone's assuming the same thing, man. And we keep hearing this lesson, right? We keep hearing this same thing over and over of, no one cares, do what you need to, everyone's absorbed in their own world. But we don't integrate the message. We're not actually listening. We're not taking that on board. We go, yeah, no one cares, you're right. You're right. But they probably do. They give a fuck for about 2 seconds, and then you're out of their field of view and they're on to the next thing. Think about how many people in your life you have held onto thoughts of over and over and over and over and over. How many people have you like ran into in public and you saw them and they were dressed weird, and then you just ruminated on it and you just like wrote down about it in your diary, in your journal, and you were making posts about it, and it just kept you up at night, and no one does that. No one does that. And no one's doing it for you. No one. Isn't that good news? Isn't that great news? That's the best news in the world. No one cares that you look like shit. No one cares that you look really nice and pretty. In the moment, they might have a certain action or reaction, and then it passes, and that's it. And if anything, getting hooked on this whole fucking, like, looking good, I've fallen down this trap so many times. Trying to look good, trying to be charismatic and attractive, and even when you get given, yeah, this is it, the person's into me, yeah, I can tell they're like me, yeah, I can tell that they think I'm hot. As soon as it's gone, you just like keep picking at the meat on that bone of a memory over and over and over until there's nothing left, and then you're starving. Because all the food of validation you're giving yourself is coming from someone else. Coming from someone else. Someone else, man. It doesn't matter what it is. If your validation's coming from any source except you, you're fucked. That's the simple truth of it. But you're not going to know that truth until you expose yourself to those situations, like a fucked haircut for a month and a half, going out, cross-dressing, whatever your version of putting yourself in an uncomfortable public situation is. When you do that, it's so powerful because you just see no one cares. The worst thing that happened during the haircut thing was there was a bunch of teenagers that I could tell when I walked past them, they stopped talking and they were like looking at me. And then I passed them and then they kept talking. That was it. I went into businesses. I went into businesses like... I went to the optometrist with this hair. I'll see if I can put the photo up. Like one of the optometrists I went to, and they just talked to me as if nothing was wrong. Because they were worried about how they were going to come across if they judged me. Isn't that funny? I looked like a fucking mental patient, like really bad. And they were so locked into being professional, which good on them also. That was nice. But like, they were working overtime to make sure their judgment wasn't felt because they were worried about how that would come across. And hey, maybe they weren't judging at all. But the fucking matter of the lesson is no one cares. Look at me. No one. No one cares. Even the people closest to you, the people that... think about right now. Think about the people in your life that you think care the most about you. The most. Your partner, your parents, whoever. Even if they care about you in a negative way, think about the person who occupies their thoughts with you the most. Even then, it's going to be like less than 10% of their overall thoughts. Way less. People don't care. So why do you care? Give yourself an exercise of doing something like going out in public, looking intentionally weird, intentionally fucked. The first little bit you'll be terrified and you'll be like, fuck, I can't do this. Oh my God, oh my God. And then you'll get home and then nothing will have happened and you'll be like, that's it. That's all that happened. Nothing. And then think about all the ways in which you're holding yourself back because you're thinking all of this worst case scenario stuff's going to happen. Think about all the things that you could do, that you want to do, that you know you want to do, and yet you don't do them because it's too scary. Because someone might think something or see you or judge you. The most important takeaway from this, though, is that you're not gonna fully... this idea that no one cares, it's not gonna take hold until you directly challenge it. And that's why the fear is so effective, because it dissuades you, gives you a fucking court case 1,000,000 pages long of reasons why you shouldn't directly challenge it, because A will happen, B will happen, C will happen, D will happen, E will happen, blah, 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 blah. And then you directly do it and nothing of that happens. Now, obviously, be sensible about it. Like the cross-dressing exercise I did, there are some areas I'm not going to do that because you are putting yourself into an unsafe situation, right? Be cautious, but don't be scared. Be sensible. You know what I mean. You know how to do this. And the thing is that the fear that you've got is not going to be something as drastic as putting you in an unsafe situation anyway. It's just the feeling that it's going to be unsafe. For example, I uploading music that you've wanted to write and you're worried about how people will think, just do it. Fuck it, dude. You're going to die, man. You're going to die. I turned 29 2 days ago. And age has just like been a thing that's in the back of my mind. But now that I've realized I'm in the last year of my 20s, there's no time to fuck about. There's no need to be worried, but there's no time to fuck about. Give yourself everything that you want to give yourself. It's as simple as that. Be okay looking like shit. Be okay doing what you want to do. But just do it. Give yourself the favor. Think about all the things. If you died this second, think about all the things that you wish you would have done. And understand that you can do them. You don't need to wait. You don't need to get a sign. You don't need to do any of that shit. You can do it right now. That's exciting. Yeah,